So a little bit about conversion. Create a specific measurable goal for each page. I highly recommend. So many websites you see out there with wonderful filler and content and extremely interesting things that don't compel readers to take action. So do compel readers to take action. What's the purpose of the page? Well, in my experience, it's been you want to make a sale, you want to capture an email, or you want to generate a qualified lead. Okay, and all of those things will support the sales department if you're not selling online. You want to have a clear call to action at the end of each page to help them go to the next step, to buy now. And to give you an example, I also recommend putting the 800 number on there. So many other sites still don't do that today. Easy source to do business with. And putting a conversion process at the bottom of each page can be absolutely as simple as you see here, which is the blue link at the very bottom of this page, right here, that advances the process and the selling process with the individual. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. You don't want people to have to finish reading the content on the landing page and then start searching for, maybe contact us, or how do I find you, or just completing a text link, a submit button into the next process. This is an example of a contact us form as well that is a secure form. When you're collecting personal information on the internet, it's not required in absolutely every state these days, but there are compliancy issues, and particularly peace of mind for people that are submitting the information to feel secure that it is being securely captured. And this shows a security certificate up here installed before I'm collecting the personal information, and then at the bottom here a submit button that lets me go to the next to send that contact form email off. Of course, on this page as well, we advocate the 800 number. They can contact them by fax, by secure email form. Really, our job as business owners and marketing individuals is to provide our clients with the easiest way to do business with us 24/7, however they want to, 365. So many times you look at contact pages or engagement processes, they don't have all of the mechanisms where I can communicate with them, which is an opportunity to increase your conversion rate. Now, the next stage that I wanted to talk about was your ideal SEO team. This is, I wish that I hired a company in New York about 9 years ago to give me an audit at the time. And they gave me some tremendous resources in consulting that helped me grow as a firm, very small firm at that time, into where we are today, which is considerably larger. And I wished and I would have paid whatever it cost to figure out the resources. Many of you already with teams in-house know what I'm going to share with you here next, but you know what? This was worth its weight in gold to me, was to understand that we actually need multiple resource skill sets to do this properly. You need a talented creative designer. You need a talented web developer. You need a content writer. Now, I'm not saying there's no supermen or superwomen in this room, quite frankly. It's possible there might be several. But in my experience, again, the left brain, right brain is frequently departed from a singular individual. So what I'm trying to articulate is that by nature, the creative and the technical mindsets don't typically reside in the same space. So that means they're usually different people that are required to do the job. Same reason I wouldn't hire a bookkeeper to give me offshore tax strategy advice is the same way I wouldn't hire a personal injury lawyer to quote me on, maybe a marital dispute or something like that. They have very highly different skill sets. And as the people that are entrenched in our industry are very clear on this, that is the reality. Our challenge is to help educate the rest of the industry or the rest of the business communities that this is the reality. And again, I'm not trying to slock any quality consultants out there that really have tremendous knowledge base and ability, because they are out there. Goodness knows how they get any rest or do anything else, but it's really all about a quality team. You need a talented content writer, a talented marketing manager, a whiz technical manager to put these programs together, an expert SEO person, and then ultimately a lead that's done it more than once, right? Otherwise, if that's you, then it's kind of like being a general contractor and you're building your first home. Well, you're going to run into a lot of pitfalls. That's going to happen. And ideally, with the SEO teams, the more fluid they become on projects and working together, obviously the more able they are to produce significant work. Because each one of these desks in my firm interact like this. Why? Because they have to. If they don't, they become very angry at each other because one desk has an effect on the other one. Can anybody here relate to that? Anybody with a show of hands? Thank you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We have to come in with a fire hose to cool down the production manager because the creative director has gone over here and it affected. Those are wonderfully creative stories that we get to share. But it's a very dynamic explosion that comes out of that when those people work together, and they all know that it has to be about getting on page one. It has to be about converting. It has to be about giving your customer the best user experience possible so that they do convert and tell more people about you. Where is your team? Well, most companies look something like this, and you're going to know the variation that you guys have and where you're at. But it's typically simply just a loss of resources. You're trying to, go down a hole, and I'm seeing some people laugh in the audience. Maybe this resonates with where you're at. It's just that you don't have the right people on your team or your bus, and you have to find them. And you can find them here in this room, in the next rooms. There's lots of people here that do it, but this is definitely the challenge. So you need to fulfill those roles within your organization. And that is the commencement of this portion of my presentation. We're going to publish this as well as more resources available up on our website. And this information will be published as well. We will be around to take some Q&A. If anybody would like to get a bit more granular on it, we have a mic runner. And if there's any questions, we can put them through to the panel. So please feel free to